Hi, I'm Amanda and I'm a teacher with DadaABC.com. You're probably seeing this video because 1, I uploaded it, 2, I shared it on Facebook and you know somebody that knows me, which congratulations, or 3, you searched on YouTube for DadaABC.com and I happened to pop up. Today I want to talk to you about my regular students. I've been teaching with Dada ABC for about 2 to 3 months. I have 3 regular students. One is a 6-year-old girl. My 6-year-old girl that I teach is so much fun. She is full of energy, she's spunky, she's fun, she giggles all the time. Right now she has a cold and every time she sneezes, we just sit there and giggle because she has the most adorable sneeze. And she also has a dog, and we talk about her dog a lot of times in her lessons because we talk a lot about animals as she's younger. And her dog's name is Puppy. And usually her dog is at the warehouse where her dad owns the warehouse. So it's pretty cool to get to know your students and about their families and about the things they do. And you're really able to build relationships with them. My second student is an 8-year-old girl. She's very shy. She's very reserved. She's very quiet and she's very polite. I think I hear "thank you, teacher" like 80 times during a lesson. She's very appreciative and she's very kind. But when you draw her out of her shell, she is a force to be reckoned with. She is very strong-minded. She's very confident when you pull her out. It takes a little bit because she is very shy, but she is a very great student. Another student that I have is a 14-year-old girl. The 14-year-old girl that I teach is definitely a 14-year-old girl. She can at times be a little awkward and a little funny and quirky, and I absolutely love it. She is one of the most interesting girls that I've ever talked to that's 14. She's got an interesting story. She talks about her family, what they do for a living, what they do together as a family, what she thinks about things that are going on in her life. She's very interesting. She's very open about things, and she uses that to her advantage when we are in class. She likes to talk about those things and reference them and bring them in as prior knowledge, and it's great. She learns so much from that. I guess some of the guidelines for our video was to talk about what the difference is between DadaABC.com and other companies. I have applied for several different companies. When I was looking for a job online, I applied for DadaABC.com and quite a few others. I would say about 10 others, 15 others maybe. And there was one big thing that I noticed that was a difference that I really disliked. And it was that incidental language or conversations like I have with my students wasn't allowed. So, for example, last week or a couple weeks ago, me and my student were talking about dogs. And I made a barking sound, and in the background of her camera, I heard her dog bark, my 6-year-old student. And I said, oh, what is that? And she got all quiet and excited, and she goes, I have a dog. And I said, you have a dog? And she said, yes, my dog's name is Puppy. Not prompted, like, what's your dog's name? She told me her dog's name. She was able to communicate what was going on, have a conversation at 6 years old, and that was so exciting to me. She was learning not only to communicate, but to build that relationship. And one of my favorite things about language is it's about communicating. It's great if I can speak a language, but if I can't communicate, then it's kind of pointless to know it. And to communicate is to be able to build a relationship, to become a stronger person. It's able to build relationships with people so that you can do things that are interesting in your life, that you're able to become a business person, which is what seems to be a goal of her family, is so that she can speak English so she can work in the family business. So it's very important to her. And she did a great job at 6 years old doing this. So very good learning moment for her. Another big difference that I have found is even the application process. It's very difficult to decide if a person can communicate and teach a student to communicate and build relationships and those important things about language if you never get to work with a student. And the great thing about the application process with Dada ABC was that I worked with a HR teacher, and then I worked with a student. And working with a student is where I feel my strengths lie, where I shine, where I can build a relationship, where I can draw a student in, where I can connect with them. I can't do that if I'm teaching a teacher. I mean, I could connect with that teacher, but it's a lot easier to connect with a teacher than it is a student sometimes because we're teachers. We get each other. I know what you want me to say. And what Dada did was they're like, you can do a trial class. You can try it out. You can show us what you can do. And for me, that was an amazing thing to do. It shows you how a person really interacts, and it showed me that this company is serious about wanting people that are good at working with children. And that was really important to me. I'm from the United States. I'm from a state in the United States right in the middle of the country called Iowa. I'm right on the corner of Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa. So I live in kind of a fun community where I can go to different states and have different places. However, I teach in a very small school. My school has 2 classes for our grade. Each class has around 10 to 15 students. Okay, working online is probably the coolest thing ever. I will say right now. I like being able to put my kids to bed and to walk into work. I do my hair, do my makeup, put on my blue shirt, because this is Dada ABC's color, and I walk into my bedroom and I sit down, turn on my webcam, make sure my microphone's working, get out my little friends, and then I get to work. And I like knowing that. I like knowing that, oh, good, I get to see my students tonight. I get to do this tonight. And then after I'm done, I don't have to drive home. I can just be here. I also like the fact that I can travel. I'm going to go see my sister in Tennessee next week. I'm going to go see her, and it's great knowing that I can just take my computer, go to Tennessee, do my classes down there, and come back and still get paid for the time that I'm there. I work from 9 to 11, so my kids are in bed. I pick up shifts from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. During the summer, my kids sleep until like 9. So I get some time to get up, do my job. They're in bed, and I don't miss any time with them. Last summer, I worked a job that I worked constantly. I was gone for days at a time, and I didn't get paid this much. I didn't get paid to do this, or I did get paid, but just not as much as I do now, which it was frustrating, and it was hard, and I remember crying. I remember laying in a work bed, bawling my eyes out because I wanted to see my kids. I wanted to spend time with my family. I wanted to spend the 4th of July grilling out with my friends and family, but instead I was stuck at work, not having fun. So those were my big reasons. My big apprehension of becoming a teacher for Dada was that I couldn't build relationships with these students. We're on this super, super tiny screen, and my student is halfway across the world. And how can I build a relationship and care about somebody that's halfway around the world that I get to see an hour a week, if that? I will tell you that idea, that fear has been squashed. I absolutely adore my students. If you can't tell by the way I talk about them, I care deeply for them. I care about them as much as the student that I taught this year in my classroom. Sometimes I feel like I care about them more because they're so far away. What if something happens? I couldn't help them. I couldn't talk to them. That is a concern. I mean, because we care about our students. We hope that they do well. We hope that they're successful, and we give it our all to make sure that they reach those goals. So thank you for watching this video. If you would like and share it so that I can get a lot of views, that would be great. Thank you.